So my story goes back to early 80s. Does anybody remember those?
Barely. That's this much. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I was working, and we were doing, let's see, 3 nights of AC/DC. And you got to remember, these are the days when it was, before Just Say No, it was just say anything and do anything. And
I actually don't remember those days at all. I'm not coming to think. I'm trying to go back there.
This is before sex and death were in the same sentence.
That's right.
Free AIDS.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So, and also the bands, things were changing. The Varolites were coming in. The whole technology was changing on stage. Mm-hmm. But AC/DC kept it old school. So they roll up the truck. The door goes up. The first thing that comes out, military cannons. Giant 21-gun salutes. So my job at the time, I'm a PA, so I'm as low as they come. And the main job really is to fill the rider. What's on the rider, make sure that by the time they show up for sound check, everything they need is there. And there were often kind of odd things back then on those riders.
I can only imagine.
Aside from medical supplies.
We need our medicine, we really do.
Strangely of which, on AC/DC's rider, there were 2 tubes of KY jelly. Okay? And instructions to put it in a special room. And we're like, okay. So we go further down the rider, and there's an order for, how should we say this, 6 stress-relieving, inflatable, humanoid-looking items.
They got pretty real nowadays, but from what I hear, just saying, I see it on the internet.
So
sorry, bad. Anyway.
Well, I didn't know as much about them as you do, so I got sent out. Fortunately, the Rosemont Horizon Arena was near the airport, which is where all those stores were. So,
okay.
But then I realized I'm underage. I'm not 21.
Oh my God.
And so I've got, petty cash. What do I put it under? Like balloons? I mean, so I go racing out of the Rosemont. I got to get back by sound check. I need these items. I go to the very nice salesperson who's apparently happy to help me because I'm wearing a Jam production, jacket.
You're the guy.
I'm the guy.
You're the
That's
guy.
Right. So, but then he starts asking questions like, what ethnicities would you like? I don't know. I think one of each.
All of them?
Would you like auto suck? No.
All right.
Okay. So
I can use my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah,
so at any rate, I come racing back, and I get these to the venue. They put them in the room, all right? You got Angus back there playing his guitar like in his little schoolboy outfit that he used to wear.
Yeah, I wear that mine all the time.
And I'm thinking, well, these can't be for him.
Well,
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Right? And here's the worst part. Never found out, okay, what was done with these particular items. But here's the weirder part. About 6 months later, I'm working a Van Halen show. All right, and this is at the International Amphitheater, I guess. And I go down the rider, and there are 2 tubes of KY jelly. And I'm thinking, is this a thing? And it's supposed to put them in a room.
No comment.
And now I'm looking for the balloons. All right, I'm like, where's that? But what we did know was Van Halen was famous for this, the M&M story. How many know the M&Ms? Maybe you've heard David Lee Roth talk about it. And it made sense. What happened was they got bigger. Nobody was reading the riders and looking at the details, and the truck would show up, and the loading dock is half the size. They couldn't get their gear in. So they started doing things that they would know that if you didn't read the rider, they would know about it. So it made sense, and so they put in always 5-pound bag of M&Ms, no brown ones. And promoter willing to forfeit all proceeds, all money, everything goes back, show canceled, over. 1 M&M, you're done. And they were famous for this. And, well, we knew about it. So we wanted to get a little help. We blew up the part of the rider. We put it out when the crew arrived, and it said, help yourself to the M&Ms, brown ones only, thank you.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
There you go.
So somebody stupidly put the KY jelly next to the M&Ms because it came in the same order.
Here you go.
Right? So now the band's upset, and they change it, and they go, no, it's green ones. Okay. So we ended up, they were going to cancel the show over the M&Ms, and then they said, you're in Chicago. We dye our river green for St. Patrick's Day every year. you want to go out and say that you don't like green in Chicago? And the show will go on. Now, the interesting end of the story is I found out what the KY jelly was for. It turns out that among you guitar techs out there, you know that to lubricate your instruments, they actually use KY jelly. It's one of the best for lubricating the guitars.
All right. Excellent. Thank you.